Donald Trump's media company is crashing like crazy, now down 50% from its peak. This is wild, wild stuff. So first, let's start with the numbers. As you can see here, as of this moment, Trump's stock, as I record this, is down another 17% today. It is now down from its peak. Oh, the numbers have even expanded. It peaked at 66 and now it's at 32. So we are now down 52%. Many articles written about this. Trump media stock falls 10% as downward slide continues. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. Donald Trump's media company IPO'd. The only real asset that the Trump media company has is the platform Truth Social, which lost nearly $50 million over the recent reporting period. It makes sense that Trump's stock is down in this way because all of the different reasons that publicly traded companies have value don't exist when it comes to Trump's media company. So, for example, sometimes the value of a stock is based on valuable assets. Some companies have a lot of physical capital, so they might have a bunch of real estate. They might have really expensive equipment. They have tens or hundreds of millions or billions of dollars in inventory. Like take Home Depot, for example. Part of the construction of the value of a share of Home Depot stock is that all of these stores have, it's got to be billions or tens of billions, huge amounts of inventory, all of the appliances and all of the nails and the drywall anchors and snow blowers and all of this stuff. Huge value, assets, stores, real estate. McDonald's famously has tons of real estate. The Trump media company doesn't have that. Valuable intellectual property. If you have patents and trademarks and copyrights and trade secrets, even if you don't have a bunch of physical capital, your company might still be worth a lot of money. Truth Social doesn't have that. They have a cheap Twitter clone is what their platform is, and they don't have any unique intellectual property. Well, some companies have really high revenue. They may not have intellectual property. They may not have physical capital, but they have extremely high revenue. Trump's company doesn't have that. Having a $5 billion market cap on $4 million in revenue, by the way, at a loss, doesn't justify the stock market price. Well, sometimes you don't have high revenue, but you have a high profit margin. You might only have 5 million in revenue, but it's 95% profit. Trump's company doesn't have that. They made 4 million and lost 50 in the last 9 months of 2023 or something like that. Okay. Well, what about growth potential? You might not have any of these things, but you are poised to grow because you have such a unique and explosively accelerating business model. Truth Social doesn't have that either. Well, maybe you have a valuable user base. There are companies that have no physical assets, no intellectual property, no revenue, no profitability, but their user base is so huge, hundreds of millions of people, for example, that the potential for monetizability is where the value comes from. Truth Social doesn't have that either. So it doesn't make sense that Trump's company had this market cap, and there is all sorts of speculation. Were the origins of this market cap a very brazen attempt to launder money or for people to buy the stock to then funnel it into Trump's pockets? Even though Trump is not allowed to sell his shares for 6 months, he could still maybe leverage the value and get a loan against it. We don't know. We don't know. But it doesn't make any sense that Trump's company is worth billions. The media company now we're talking about. Truth Social is failing, almost no revenue, negative profitability. What is it? Was it a grift all along? Was it a scam all along? Was it a way to attempt to funnel Trump money for legal fees? I don't know the answer, but the stock value should be collapsing, and people who got tricked into investing in it, at some point, we can't save everyone, right? It can't be, conservatives say, the government can't go around saving anybody. You have the right to make bad financial decisions. Well, the people who invested in the DJT stock have indeed made bad financial decisions. I guess by conservatives' own principles, they're now going to have to deal with it. Sad. Very, very sad. We've got a great bonus show for you today. We are going to talk about public opinion on the Trump hush money case. Most Americans think it is a very serious set of charges. We will talk about the Tennessee Senate passing a bill that allows teachers to carry guns in classrooms. What? Yes, they are doing it. And we will talk about former Speaker Kevin McCarthy's latest claims that the real reason he was kicked out as Speaker is because Matt Gaetz had sex with a 17-year-old and McCarthy wasn't willing to help him cover it up. All of those stories and more on today's bonus show.
Oh, the bonus show where you want to make money, but everybody else that makes money to fund themselves is bad.
Sign up at joinpacman.com. Remember that when the new website goes live Sunday, membership prices go up, but you can lock in today's rates forever by signing up at joinpacman.com. And remember, you can get my latest children's book, Think Like a Voter, a great book for an election year, at davidpacman.com/book. It is time to start thinking like voters and to make sure that kids understand the importance of voting, how it works, registering, ballot initiatives, because so many kids just have no idea. That's why I wrote the new children's book, Think Like a Voter. I can think of no better time and no more important group of folks to try to reach. The book is now available at davidpacman.com/book, where, by the way, you can get the first two books in the series as well. Think Like a Detective and Think Like a Scientist. Really important stuff. Donate them to local libraries, classrooms, read them with the kids. davidpacman.com/book.